Hello guys, welcome to a new week. My camera is so scratched. I think I must have dropped it in the mud a million times last week. Hope you all had a good weekend. I say that, but I don't know when this video will go up, so yeah, I hope you're having a good week or a good weekend. I'm dressed like a toddler today, but it is super cold, so I'm wrapped up warm. I've got this annoying habit when I don't wear makeup on YouTube. I feel like I have to come on and be like, excuse my face. But I shouldn't have to apologise for the way I look naturally. I have to keep telling myself that. It doesn't bother me. I can go out in public without makeup on. I can go into town. It doesn't bother me. But as soon as I come on the internet, I think it's just because you open yourself up to a horde of people saying, oh my God, she's so ugly, or her skin's awful, or it's just a horrible place sometimes. So luckily on here, I don't get those sorts of comments very often, because you lot are so amazing and I've got the best audience. But yeah, if my face offends you without makeup on, that is your problem, not mine. That's all I have to keep telling myself. I just haven't got the time in my day to get up and slap a full face of makeup on before I whip the camera out, so you have to take me as I am. Maybe a bit of lipstick will help. It might just brighten my face slightly. This is the one I keep in the car. It's just a NARS, it's my favourite lipstick ever. It's the NARS Afterglow, like a lip balm, tinted lip balm in Dolce Vita. I repurchase and repurchase this. It's my ride or die. What am I doing? I'm here at the farm shop, garden centre. I've got to get a few little potted plants for my market I'm doing Sunday. I think I want some snowdrops or some muscari to pot onto some like lovely, I've got so many like vintage terracotta pots that I bought for our wedding because we had them down the tables all potted up with moss and stuff on top. I popped photos in. Don't ever think I shared any wedding photos with you guys. If you'd like to see a video on the wedding, let me know, because I feel like it's just a distant memory. I need to get some bits for our dinner later, and then I can't be too long because I need to get home and make for market. It is the 31st of January when I'm filming this, so this market is the 2nd of Feb, which is the only market I've got before Valentine's Day, so I need to get all my Valentine's bouquets and that up and running and ready. So I'll try and include a bit more of what I get up to in preparation for my markets. Oh, I thought someone was going to pull in the side of me then. Why do people do that? It's like the whole car park and somebody parks right on top of you. I'm here at 9:30 in the morning. There is plenty more spaces than the one right next to me. Are they pulling in? I don't know. Try and take you into the farm shop. However, I don't need to tell you what my vlogging in public skills are like. You know they're awful. And I need to crack on. Let's hit my puffer up. This is from H&M in the sale. I absolutely love it. I've got my really long, like, sleeping bag puffer coat from Superdry, but I wanted a short one, so this just cuts off at the waist. It's so warm. I think it was £30 in the sale. I think it's the viral, is it TikTok? I don't watch TikTok. I occasionally put a video on there, but I think it went viral on TikTok. So warm. So have a look in H&M sale. If you're after a short puffer, I look like a little egg in this coat. I didn't get up till 8 o'clock this morning, which is very unlike me. I'm usually like 7, half 7. But I got into a Pinterest hole. You can tell I was born in 1990 because I'm all about Pinterest, not TikTok. But I was just scrolling and pinning and refreshing all my albums on there, doing all their what they called, like, board covers. I love Pinterest. It will always live on in my heart. If you have got Pinterest, I will leave mine down below. Let me know yours as well, because I love finding new people to follow on Pinterest. Oh my god, I've been talking for 7 minutes. Right, let's get in the garden centre. Back. I don't know whether that's on the wonk or my beanie was on the wonk. I left the heating on and oh my god, it's hot in here. I got everything I needed. They were a bit more expensive than I thought, the little potted plants. I should have bought them from my wholesaler really, but I just left it too long and forgot, and now I've missed the delivery date. So I got a couple of little tete-a-tete daffodil, like narcissus bulbs. So I'm just going to pop a couple of pots up. I put out a little poll on my Potting Shed Instagram as to whether anyone would like potted plants for this market, and they've said yes. So I'm just going to test the water with a couple. I don't want to take loads and then have to bring them back because they didn't sell, because people are only there for like sort of dried stuff. So pick those up. I got a replacement dahlia for my mum because I tried to get it out of the pot yesterday, this one that she had, and ended up chopping it to bits because we couldn't get it out. So I bought her blackjack. It's such a lovely colour, this one, a really rich deep burgundy. So that is for her. I got some eggs from the farm shop. I love eggs that aren't from the supermarket. I hate supermarket eggs. I got 2 courgettes, £2.08 for those. God. Some tomatoes. Oh, one's come out of its bag. Tomatoes were cheaper than the bloody courgette. Just little vine tomatoes. But I've squished one by the looks of it. You can have that as a treat. 1 tomato each. Okay. I think they like it when the tomatoes pop. A sweet potato. My god, it's expensive up here. 99p for a sweet potato. I might use that in tonight's dinner, I'm not sure. Avocado for tonight. And 3 red onions. I love red onions. So much nicer than white onions. I'm going to do a sort of a salmon bowl, and I bought from, I had to go to Sainsbury's because I couldn't get everything there. Mine, of course, prescriptions from the chemist. I feel like I show you the same things all the time. You just kind of have to let me know if I'm repetitive and boring. Tender stem, Irish potatoes, Irish mushrooms. These are the chestnut ones. They're my fave. Tuna for Paul because he takes wraps to work. So some of that. Giant couscous. Loaf of seeded sourdough and some salmon. I got 4 fillets because we just get through salmon so quickly. The pieces they cut them into are always so small, and it's like, that isn't enough for my tea. I could eat a whole side of salmon to myself. So I got this, although it was almost £10, which is just absolute joke, but hey ho. I'm going to get on with my day because it is 11:15 and I've done nothing yet other than dick about in the food shops. So I'm going to go and pop these little narcissus up, and then I'm going to crack on with my market stuff. So I went foraging at my mum and dad's yesterday, and they've just got moss everywhere at their house. I've got an obsession with moss. Look at that little moss ball. There's another one, and then a big one. They're all off the roof of my dad's shed. But I'm literally just going to tear bits off and place them on top of the soil. Push them in. They need to sort of make contact so they keep their moisture. Ooh, there's a worm in there. Sorry, Mr. Worm. Let's get you out. You can get all different types of moss, but I'm going to use this one because I like how dense it is. The sort that I do my Christmas wreaths with is like I think sphagnum moss it's called, and that's really like light and airy, but this one's quite dense, which is nice. Oh, I want to keep it for myself. So it's just like a carpet of green. Don't know how well you'll be able to tell in here. The lighting isn't great today. It's really grey outside. And then I foraged these hazel sticks, so they've got the catkins on. I think they're hazel. I'm not great on trees, but I think it's hazel. And I just poke these into the top of the pot. So when the daffodil or narcissus or whatever you want to call it grows upwards, it basically creates a frame for it to grow through, so it supports it. And you literally just stuff them down into the soil and it will create a natural bit of framework. I'm going with my rule of odd numbers, so I'm only going to put 3 in. 3, 5s and 7s, because I hate even numbers whenever I'm doing anything floristry wise. And it might look a little bit random for now at the moment, but when the daffodils come out, it will look very nice and it will support them, which is the main thing. You can tie them, you can leave them as they are, but I'll probably put like a little tie in there. And there we have it. I might do like a ribbon or something at the top, or a bit of twine, and just tie that in. Water it, and it's good to go. I'm not actually that bothered if this doesn't sell, because I'm just going to take it home and put it on my windowsill. People have been asking for potted plants, so there we have it. I really need to sort my website out, because so many of you guys ask if I ship anything. The fresh stuff is a bit of a nightmare, and the dried stuff gets broken by the courier. So as soon as I can find out a decent way of sending bits and bobs, I can. It's quite easy to do yourself something like that. I'm going to go and pop the other one up, but I've got to find a pot for it. Ooh, in all this mess. Wish me luck. Just done this one in a pot that Paul made. So it's lovely green, glossy pot, and then a little narcissus in top with all their hazel twigs. I think I probably am going to tie some of these, because it just looks nice when it ties up into like a pyramid. So yeah, those two are done, ready for market. You're resting in the cupboard, I hope you don't fall out. Move you that way slightly. Right, I'm in my studio, finally made it in. It's 11:30. I don't know what I've been doing this morning, but I needed to be in here like 9 o'clock. I'm just moving some stuff for the wedding I've got in February. I'm not a huge fan of dyed flowers, however, I think I mentioned in a few videos ago, I'm not a fan of them. What I've been doing by growing my own is so far away from what people do to colour flowers. It just feels like a massive leap from me saying I grow my own flowers, I dry them all, which is all of this up here, to then I feel like I'm slightly contradicting myself, then going and buying dyed flowers, because it's not what I'm about. However, sometimes you can't cater for the things that people want for their weddings, so you have to sort of bite the bullet and buy some things. You can't just solely rely on your own dried, unless you're a huge flower farm that produces endless streams of flowers. Obviously I'm doing this on a very small scale at the moment. I am looking to spread my wings and make it bigger, but that is for another video. In the meantime, I've had to buy in. The colour palette for my February wedding is like a base of beiges and natural greens, and then she wants pops of reds and coppers, which has worked out really well. I'll show you one of the table arrangements I've done in a minute, but I've had to buy in. This is like a limonium, which has been dyed like a pinky red. It's meant to be red, but it's a little bit pink. And then bunny tails, which have been dyed. You know they've been dyed because they smell. However, they've been quite handy for this market, because I managed to scatter bits of red through what I make. I'm not going to be able to show you these very well because I'm on a busy background, so they won't stand out, but I've been making up these little valentines or galantines dried jam jars. I've also been doing these little mini bouquets. How I combat that is mixing my stuff in with some dyed stuff, and I'm not offended by it. I don't mind it, I just don't want to go down that route and solely rely on that, because I still want my stuff to sort of stand out through, if you get what I mean. That's a whole ramble. But yeah, these little Valentine's bouquets. Then I've started doing some hazel hearts. You're not going to be able to see these very well. I need something blank that I can hold up and show you. Use this folder. So they look like that. They're on a hazel base, which I foraged from my mum and dad's, and then it's literally just, I hope you can see that, a load of pink dried roses on the front with a lovely ribbon, and then these hang. I might do a couple more of these. I didn't want it to be solely Valentine's because not everybody celebrates Valentine's, do they? But I thought a few bits and bobs people might like. That's what I've created so far. What was I going to show you? My mind is like pudding. Every time this market rolls round, I haven't made a list, which doesn't help. These are the table centerpieces I've made. So I've got this amber glass and pampas, and then they are filled with, again, going to be so hard to show you, reds. This is a lovely dried, I think it's orange amaranthus, and then this is red amaranthus. What just fell out? Oh, a flower. Put that back in. This is gorgeous, but again, I had to buy this in. So sometimes you just got to admit defeat and mix it in with what you do. It'll go down well. So I've done 7 of those, and then I keep saying she. The bride's the one that looks at the flowers. Let's be honest, the groom isn't interested, is he? Generally, I know for a fact Paul wasn't interested when we got married. So she's having those, and then where have I put them? It is chaos in here. Woo! Then I've made loads of hazel wreath bases. They're going to sit on the table with this colour scheme around the base, so they're going to sit like that on the round tables. But that's not till the end of the month, so I need to get cracking on this market stuff. She also wanted a little cake wreath. So this is the cake wreath. She's having a, which way up is it? That way. She's having a cake made by the groom's sister. So that's the cake wreath, and then here are the little buttonholes. I've done them a little bit bigger because they're for her mum and dad, so one's like a corsage and one's a buttonhole for her dad. Yeah, at least I've made a start on the wedding, but everything else is chaos. Look at these dried roses. I bought these roses in for a wedding in October last year, but they were the complete wrong colour. They were like a tutti frutti kind of orangey pink. However, they have dried out to this most gorgeous hot pink. I can't take credit for growing these. They're coming up a little bit red on camera, I think, because the lighting is so bad. I might put a light in this cupboard and then we can converse in the cupboard. But yeah, they're gorgeous. That's what I've used in these. Oh, so nice. Thought we would make a little hand-tied bouquet together, because whenever you come to this channel, I feel like all I show you is the same old stuff. So basically, I've got everything laid out in front of me. I sectioned it off into groups, so I've got like roses, grasses, limonium, eucalyptus, everything like that. I find that's the easiest way to start if you're doing a hand-tied bouquet with dried or fresh. I'm not claiming I'm the world's best at them, but I do enjoy making a hand-tied, just because you get that lovely spiral. Not so much on the dried because stuff sticks out all the time, but with a fresh bouquet, a hand-tied, you get that really nice tight spiral, which if you're using a clear glass or vase, it will look really nice in the bottom because you can see the twist. And on bridal bouquets, you've got that lovely round twist. But yeah, for the sake of this, we are doing a dried one. So I usually start with a bit of foliage in the middle and like a main stem. So I've got, this is a dried ruscus, it's called, it's lovely. This is from a flower farm in Shropshire. Grow this, so I use this quite a bit, and it's got a really nice olivey tone. I find I like eucalyptus, sometimes it's too blue, so if you look at them together, again the lighting is just crap in here, they look pretty similar. This has got a really blue undertone, so for something warmer I'd go for ruscus, but I do use them together, and I'm going to in this one. Sorry for anybody that knows how to do this, but I thought it might be useful for anyone wanting to sort of learn a little bit of floristry, I guess. Whichever you are, left-handed or right-handed, you want to take the hand that you are is your hand that you're going to feed into the bouquet. Your handwriting hand that you're not, I don't know the technical term, you hold sort of in your thumb and forefinger and lie it across, so your hand's like that. Then you want to use your other hand, your dominant hand, I guess you'd call it, and pop that over the top at an angle. It's really difficult to show you on camera because it keeps focusing on my face. So you want to sort of angle it over the top of it, and then you want to twist. Then your next piece you go in. I'm going to pop this limonium in. Again, you just pop it over the top, so it's that side, and then you twist. I've tried it both ways. Twist it backwards, twist it forwards. Both works, but I find twisting it forwards works better for me. I've got these lovely grasses that grew in the hedgerows last year, so I've harvested those and dried those. They add a really nice, like, wild feel. Again, take the stems and twist. What should we have next? A bunny tail. You just, all the time you're lying it over the top. Sometimes you have them at the same height, sometimes you will drag them down, so they're at a different... If you think of a bouquet, it kind of domes generally. So you want to create that sort of dome as well. And then twist. I've got this lovely white statice. Don't focus on me. Hide behind the cupboard door. I love white in a bouquet because it really lifts it. So I'm going to pop that in and twist. I've also got this dyed purple eucalyptus. Going to use that. All the time you're just twisting in the same direction. You don't want to twist one way and then the other way because you just won't get that spiral. I've got some pink statice that I grew. And then check it from the top as well, because you don't want things like, you don't want another rose here, for instance, because it would just look weird. So all the time you've got to look down as well, and just remember your twist. And I am going to use the eucalyptus. This is eucalyptus gunny, I think it's called. It's really nice, lovely for Christmas. Put that in and give him a twist. Another hedgerow find. Twist that, some more grasses, and you can feed a few things in at a time, but I prefer to do just like one at a time. So you don't want your bouquet like that and then you feed another rose in there, because you're going to get two right by each other. But if you feed it across like that, as you can tell, they're not by each other. And I'm going to have it at a different height so they're not all on top of each other. I'm sorry if this is really boring and you don't enjoy flower arranging, but a few people have asked, so I'm here to deliver. You don't want that grip to be too tight either, because you won't be able to feed things in, so just carry on like this. Boom, boom, boom. And again, I think I've banged on about it before. I use my 3, 5 and 7 rule, so you could stop at 3 roses, but if you look at it with 4, it's a little bit like a square box. So I'm using 5 in this one. Obviously the smaller the bouquet, the less you can get away with, but you want a decent amount in there because it is the main flower. And you want clean stems as well, so you want to strip. Where you're holding, you don't want leaves because they just get in the way. And it doesn't look like much at the moment, but when it gets bigger, you will find that the stems start to spiral. I'm sorry for any long-term florists watching this if I'm not doing it how you do it, but this is just how I've learned. I learned via Willow Crosley. My battery just died. Sorry. Oh, bear with. Where were we? You just want to keep going, twisting, adding, varying the heights. It's pretty straightforward. Sometimes it goes wrong, but it's quite easy. And if you want to practice it, just go and buy some flowers from the supermarket and just have a go. You need a few varieties for it to actually look quite nice. But then saying that, if I just get like a bunch of tulips that are all the same colour, I'll usually spiral them and drop them into the vase. Just because I like the process, the repetitiveness of it, I guess. If you're looking from the top as well, down on it, it's easier to see where you want your statement flower. So I'm just going to put that one. And then you've got the 5 then. You can take bits out. That's why you need to loosen your grip a little bit. It's because you can take bits out, pop them in places that don't look right, and you will still remain spiraled. Where are my snips? I can snip those off. Hard to tell when you've got really long stems, but that's your spiral. Get out. It doesn't focus on me. So that is the little mini bouquet finished. I've just tied it with some twine, but I'm gonna get my tissue paper out and my brown paper, finish it off with a bow, and yeah, they are probably one of my best sellers at the market, so really enjoy making them. I didn't do a separate video because I just thought I need to end this vlog. I've just been editing it and realised I didn't put an ending on it. It just ended at my market and I didn't film anymore. So yeah, it was a hectic weekend and completely forgot to pick the camera up. But I'm a new woman. I've had all my hair chopped off. I didn't get it cut over Christmas and it was just getting so long. I think it was probably about 3 months since I last had it cut, and it was a horrible colour. It was going really like red in tone, and all the brown was fading out of it. Obviously I have got brown hair, but it was like a mousy sort of colour, so that was all coming through at my roots, whereas I go for like this chocolatey brown when I do get it done. But I was just like, oh, take me back to the bob. I cannot deal with long hair. It just makes me sweat at night. It's all like down the back of my neck all the time. I can't do anything with it, and when I do anything with it, it takes me a year and a day to style. So this literally took me 5 minutes this morning. I washed it last night and then got up this morning and just sort of crimped it with the straighteners, the underneath layers, and then sort of curled the top layer. And oh my god, why the hell I grew my hair long, I just don't know. It's just not me. The bob is me, and I'm so glad that I've got my short hair back. It's very, very short. I think this is the shortest bob I've ever had, but yeah, loving it, and it'll grow into a nice length as well. I've just filmed a reel for my Instagram, which I will link down below if you want to go and have a look at the transformation. But yeah, if you watch my videos, you know what it looked like before. But yeah, I thought rather than come onto a new vlog with a huge elephant in the room that I've got no hair, then I will just end the vlog and show you it now. I get so many people say on my videos that they've been here since the shaved head days, which blows my mind. I can't believe the same people watch my videos as they did back then, because that was, when did I start YouTube? It's got to be 15, you know, 15, no, it's not that long, 12 years ago. I actually don't know. I ought to go back and have a look really, but I don't want to think about it because it just makes me feel old. The people that are still here from the shaved head days, then thank you very much. That does mean a lot, because you've just stuck with my inconsistent uploads for years. Right, I'm going to end this vlog because it's getting very long. I hope I didn't bore you too much about flowers and markets, but if you are still interested in sort of style, see, there's two asleep down there. If you are still interested in sort of styling videos, then let me know and I can still do that on here, but I just don't know what anyone wants to see anymore, and I sort of put polls out, but it doesn't make things clear as to what people want to see. So do let me know if you're alright with just vlogs all the time, or you want dedicated videos. I know I keep meaning to do a tattoo video, but it just means sitting down in the cold and getting my body out, which is too cold for. I'll wait till the spring to do that. So yeah, thank you again for watching. If you do like my videos, please make sure you're subscribed. Give the video a thumbs up because it really helps my channel, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.